Hello, my friend. This is Pastor Dean, and this is 5 life-changing minutes. Do you know who Abraham is? Abraham. He is considered the patriarch of the Jewish people, and he is the father of all who believe in the one true God. I like the way James put it in James 2:23. He said, Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness, and he was called God's friend. James 2:23. Well, I'll tell you something. Abraham certainly is among the greats in the Bible. If you take a look at Genesis chapter 11, Abraham is, when he's introduced, he's 75, and he lives in a town called U-R, which happens to be part of modern-day Iraq. And obviously, he is a worshiper of various Mesopotamian idols. You can look in Joshua 24 too. And he hasn't quite met in chapter 11 of Genesis, he hasn't quite met the God of the Bible. And his name was Abram when he's introduced in the Bible, which means exalted father. And unfortunately, this man whose name was Exalted Father married a beautiful woman, and her name at the time in Genesis 11 was Sarai, Sarai, and she later became known as Sarah. And the woman could not have kids. Now, if you read the story of Abraham, which is absolutely fascinating, God comes crashing into Abram's life with a boatload full of incredible promises. He tells Abram in his old age that, you know what, Abram, you're going to become the father of a great nation. What's more, you're going to be blessed, and your name will become great, and your descendants will be a blessing to all peoples on earth. That's from Genesis 12, 1 through 3. But wait, God promises more. He says, Abraham, you're gonna have a homeland. He promises Abram that he's going to be his shield. And then he changes Abram's name to Abraham. That's in Genesis 17:5, which means father of a multitude. Now, you talk about a name that fits. Abraham becomes the father of a multitude, not only father of the Jewish people, but Abraham also ends up being the patriarch of the Arab peoples, because his son Ishmael, whom he had with Hagar, who was his wife's maid, that's in Genesis chapter 16. But spiritually speaking, Abraham becomes the father of all who believe. And you can read about that in Romans 4:14. This is because when God said, go from your country, Abraham obeyed and went, even though he didn't even know where he was going. He just did it by faith because he believed God, and he made his home in the promised land. When God assured this old man that his descendants would outnumber the stars, he believed the Lord, and the Lord counted him as righteous because of his faith. It's a beautiful story. You've got to investigate Abraham. Abraham's greatest descendant was Jesus of Nazareth. You can read that in Matthew 1:1. And the New Testament declares that it's through Abraham, through Jesus rather, through Christ's perfect life, sacrificial death, and his resurrection, that we are able to enjoy a right relationship with God. Romans 4:13. How do we get it? It's given as a free gift, and we're all certain to receive it. If we have faith like Abraham's, for Abraham is the father of all who believe, according to Romans 4:16. Do you have faith like Abraham's? Huh? Where in your life, do you need to trust God today? Read that story of Abraham. It's a blessed story. I love you. This is Pastor Dean. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow on 5 life-changing minutes.